The biggest interest was to see firsthand what Gonstead was all about. My name is CJ Blackman. I'm a personal trainer, fitness coach, and former US Navy. My life is involved in fitness, wellness, and high level of competition. I've spent a very long time learning about kinesiology and nutrition. I've spent years in the Navy, a special warfare department. In the past, I've held international karate championship titles in Japan and in Thailand and here in the United States. And now I'm a competitive athlete in mixed martial arts. What really got me to buy the ticket and come on out, the facility itself was state of the art. And I was used to much smaller chiropractic clinics. So when I first came out here and I saw the actual clinic firsthand, I was like, wow, I've never seen a chiropractic office this big. And I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. Then he said about the strength training component and the overall comprehensive approach. And I'm coming out here to see the state-of-the-art facility that is Gonstead Spine Wellness. The Gonstead method was different than what I was used to with my experience with getting treatment. To come out here and really see firsthand what was going on with the clinic and to actually get adjusted by Dr. Doug. My first impression of the facility was, one, it's huge, and all the equipment is state-of-the-art. The tour was pretty, I gotta say, it's pretty impressive. I've never seen a clinic this big in my entire life, so I like that part. I've been getting treatment from chiropractors since I was 18, but I'd never heard about the Gonstead method. So first off, they did this examination on the surface of my skin, and it involved this instrument where the way the doctor explained it, when there's inflammation, the temperature fluctuations on the surface of your skin. So they were trying to test that. And they had me hold on to it so I could actually see what the doctor was seeing at the same time he was doing the examination on me, which was actually pretty cool. As he was going around examining the different segments, I was able to clearly tell the difference between areas that were, as he explained, okay and healthy, and other areas that were way more sensitive, even though it was an inch or two below the previous, like a healthy area or an area that had a lot of inflammation. They were meticulous in their approach because they would mark the area that was a little tender or swollen. They would tape BBs on these specific areas where there was swelling or inflammation, so the doctor could identify where these areas were on the examination and the x-rays. We did a whole bunch of other tests, and they took pictures of my posture, and then we went and took the x-rays. I was able to see why they put the BBs on me initially, because on the x-ray, it showed up as this little white dot. And then the doctor explained that the reason why we do it is to pretty much correlate everything that we're doing. Why clearly identify the areas that he was gonna focus on. He wasn't gonna do it just a very general adjustment or care. He said that these areas were the reason why I was having tightness in my lower back, issues with my shoulder. And I really appreciated that, because that means everything we did from the x-ray to the posture pictures was all to pinpoint these problem areas, so to speak.
We took 2 views of the spine, full spine views. These are actually taken in sections, then they're stitched or pieced together with our software, so we can get a really accurate, crystal clear view of what's going on with your anatomy and with the spaces between the bone, which is the disc, and the overall alignment and curvature of the spine. So what we're looking at from a Gonstead perspective is we're looking at the pelvis first. This is a level foundation concept. So the pelvis is the foundation to the spine, and then we're tracing this up throughout the entire spine, and we're looking for what segments deviate off of level or which ones don't fit in this whole biomechanical picture. On the side view, same thing, and the side view is actually even more important and more helpful at finding out what segment or what disc is involved, what part of the curve doesn't flow properly. Now keep in mind, all of this is only as good as what we find on exam. It's all found on exam first, and then it's correlated back to the x-ray, so we have a starting point of what to work on. Look at the curve on the side view here. You can actually follow the back part of each body of the vertebra. So T3, 4, 5 has this bend, and then T2 really flexes and bends abruptly. That one doesn't fit. So it's kind of like that game that you play as a kid. Which one doesn't look like the others? that's one that just stands out. And for us, as a Gonstead chiropractor, we're looking for these things on the x-ray film that stand out. And then when we can correlate them to what we found on exam, we know that we're gonna be on a really good starting point. So for right now, while you're in town, we're gonna work on that second thoracic. We're gonna work down here at T8. If we had the luxury of checking you over the course of the next several weeks, what would happen is we would see some of these findings change, and we would likely start to work above and below these areas to get your spine more functional and really get irritation off of the nerve and get your body and your spine moving the way it's supposed to. And then adding in all the different corrective exercise and traction and home care, all of that complements the foundation. But the foundation has to be a specific segmental chiropractic approach. Without this, you're gonna miss the big picture in getting this thing actually fixed.
From there, the doctor started the adjustment, and I noticed that this is what I noticed. Having had chiropractic treatments before, it was very different because he just didn't adjust the whole big area. He pinpointed, my neck and my upper back area, and I noticed that it was very gentle. It was smooth, it was painless, and it was very, very precise. You can tell the difference between like a very skilled practitioner, someone who's just like, hey, I'm like a sniper when I go in here, it's pop, pop, pop. Or someone who just like has a machine gun and just like, brrr, you're like, okay, you need more practice. You need to, and as a trainer myself, I tend to focus on different aspects of wellness and fitness. But here I was able to learn and even see firsthand why they do all the examinations that they do. He took me through the FMS and the corrective exercises with the stroops and the kettlebells and all the functional movements. And I was able to actually be on the receiving end of it, to kind of get a taste of my own medicine. And I've only been here for 2 or 3 days, and I already feel better. I've never seen this type of approach done before, ever, in any clinical environment. Like the level of detail, the level of precision. I believe that Gonstead Spine and Wellness is one of the best facilities, if not in America, then probably in the world. I definitely believe that the residents of Idaho, Boise, Meridian, Eagle, Nampa, you guys are all very, very fortunate to have Gonstead Spine and Wellness here, very, very close. I would definitely recommend other personal trainers, other athletes, other coaches, other chiropractors, even if you like to come out to Gonstead Spine and Wellness to take a seminar, get treatment, or to even intern here to learn from Dr. Todd, all the very knowledgeable people at this facility, because in the few days I've been here, I've already felt better. I've been seriously impressed by the facility and the level of knowledge that I've been getting. I'm actually thinking about bringing back my girlfriend and even my mom here to this facility to get the top level treatment. Your health is something you can't buy or replace. Once it's gone, you want it back. As a trainer, as someone who actually coaches, and as a fighter, my health is my #1 priority. Like I couldn't put a value on it. So even if these treatment sessions were $1 or $1,000, I would still be paying to come here. I just wish you guys were located in California.